Hello, Aries, and thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. So I just want to let you guys know, thank you so much for the patience that you've had with me over the last week and a half or so. While I'm just transitioning, moving, I didn't, or wasn't rather, able to get out as many readings as I wanted. So this is not your August reading. This is just for now. That's why I'm going to put July, because in the last readings, I was getting emails and stuff saying that I was titling it wrong. No, this is not your August reading, just a bonus for July, okay? So let's see what's going on with you guys. And for those who have been commenting, subscribing, liking, donating, while I wasn't here, I really, really appreciate that. All right. Always happy to help with personal readings. So let's see what is going on for the sign of Aries. I'm sorry. Let me just set up my crystals. All right. Just have some crystals here to help me get in my flow. Okay. What is happening for the sign of Aries? Now this is going to be a general spread, so what comes up comes up. Alright, one more shuffle. What is going on with Aries? What is going on for the sign of Aries? Let's find out what you guys have been doing. Okay. Alright, guys. So let's hop into it. So the energy for this is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, anytime you see swords, especially in the sense, this is a mental thing. This is you feeling trapped, feeling anxious, maybe feeling fear about a certain situation, just not knowing how to move forward. If you look at her, she has a blindfold on, okay? I'm sorry that my camera's not like going in. Blindfold on, and I don't know if you can see it, but on her wrist, she has these, these chains around her wrist. So, this is all just you feeling trapped in a place, but it's a place that you don't have to be trapped in. It's something that you either choose to stay in, or you feel like you don't have the strength to move away from just yet. But there is something in you that wants to manifest something new, and possibly some love, okay? Possibly love coming in, or you accepting an offer for a new job, or just, the union of two things that are going to be good. Now, let's jump into this and see what's going on. So you guys right now, you have the Five of Cups, okay? So there's a loss that you're feeling right now. There's something that's making you, sad and feeling like you're having some sort of loss. Why is this Five of Cups here? Okay. So you guys may be, because here you are showing up here as the Queen of Wands, but there may be something that, you're standing in your power and you're being strong, but there's a loss that you're feeling. Let's get one more card. Let's get down to this. Okay, yeah, it just shows that you're being strong. And despite this loss that you feel, you're still good. Okay? You're still you. So that's awesome. What's crossing you is the Lovers in the reverse. Okay? This doesn't necessarily have to mean a breakup, but this could mean that you're arguing a lot with somebody and that things are really, really rocky right now. Okay? Why is this Lovers card here in the reverse? So it's like there could be something that you fell out of, and this doesn't have to be just love. This could be a job that you fell out of, or just something that you were emotionally, tied to. And with the Empress card, you could either be trying to get this to start again, or you could have had this fallout in order to get with someone else, or to focus on someone, or not someone else necessarily, or something else that you're trying to, just something that you're trying to build from the ground up. So I feel that that's why you guys are still in your power, although you're feeling a loss, because it's like you may have been the one that says, okay, let's, cut this off for now because I got shit I got to do. And in the last spread I did for you guys, now that I'm remembering, it was all about, let me grow or get the fuck out of my way. So I see you guys possibly dropping the person who was holding you back from growth, because there's something that you have to work on, or maybe there's somebody new that you want to be with, or there's something else that you're just trying to manifest on your own. Now, your foundation is the Judgment card. All right, so seeing the situation for what it is and deciding, okay, it's time to move forward, it's time to do something else. Okay. But with the Two of Pentacles, this could be you, like, do I stay? Do I go? What's going on here? Like, where does my heart want to be? Or there could just be a lot on your plate right now where you feel like you're, constantly juggling activities and, your schedule. But with the King of Cups in the reverse, there's somebody who's very emotional. So I feel like you guys are choosing, like, do I stay with this person or the situation to make them happy, or do I go my own way? And do I, manifest something that I know is going to be good for me, but something that I kind of have to be in my solitude for a little bit to make this happen? But I do feel like you're indecisive because it may be hurting other people or another person, the path that you want to go or something that you want to do. Now, in your past, we do have the Fool card in the reverse. So with the Fool card in the reverse, there's something that you may have thought about doing that just wasn't going to be a good idea. It's like a bad step that you made. Like, shit, why did I make this decision? I probably didn't think it out as well as I should have. And let me just take a break from this because, this is not something that, again, was well thought out. Okay, and now you're seeing the clarity in the situation, and that's why you're able to take a break from it in the past. Okay. Now, in your present moment, we have the Three of Swords. Okay. So there's definitely disappointment over what it is that you have to leave. You have the Five of Cups, which is feeling this loss. You have the Three of Swords, which is, feeling this heartbreak, feeling this disappointment. And it could have been, this could have been a marriage for some of you, or it could have been something where you're trying to take things to the next level, but maybe it didn't get to that. Maybe it ended before it could get to that. Or you could be leaving behind the situation because you want to get to higher grounds and because you felt like you were being held back by this job, person, whatever the situation is, household. So it could be you wanting to move to higher grounds. Let me get one more card to clarify this. Okay. Hermit card. So yeah, I think that you guys are, you wanted to get to higher grounds, but I keep having the sense that this is something you guys feel like you have to do on your own or that you have to focus on. And it's not that you're trying to cut out the world or anything like that. It's just that right now you can only have time and energy for people who are understanding how busy you're going to be and how much you have to do and how much you're trying to change your life. Can you stop sitting on my... I'm sorry, I have a little kitten sleeping on my foot right now. So moving forward in your present moment, we have the Emperor in the reverse. Okay, so this is you guys. The Emperor does represent Aries. And this is somebody who is being fake in a sense, not being completely honest about who they are or what they're doing. You could have, like, applied to a job and, kind of added a few pieces of glitter to your resume, if you know what I mean. Things that maybe you haven't done before, and now you're kind of just like, okay, well, I hope I can wing this. Or this is somebody who is, thinking with their heart and not their mind. So it's like sometimes our hearts kind of get us into really stupid situations because it's not thinking logically like our mind is there for. So this could be you jumping into something and not thinking about the consequences that could come from it and just thinking with your heart, which, our heart could really fuck us over. All right? And there's some sort of dissatisfaction here. So just make sure that you're honest and true to your cause, because not being honest and true to your cause is going to cause, dissatisfaction. Because something that you wanted is just not coming in the way you wanted it to. Okay? Yeah, there might have been something that you were waiting on, or maybe somebody was waiting on you, and you're just like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. But there's this dissatisfaction around it. Okay? Now, the next card here is yourself, and you guys have the Star card. So you guys are moving away from something, and I feel that it's not easy to move away from this thing. This is not something that you're doing lightly, but you're doing it for a greater good. You're doing it to get something that you've really been wanting. Okay, so that's why you stopped working on certain things. So it's crazy because in order to get this wish fulfillment that you guys had, there's something that had to be dropped, and it's making you imbalanced. And I feel like there's part of you wishing that you could have your cake and eat it too. And I'm not saying, you're talking to other people, because I don't necessarily sense third-party situations in this. But it's like, in order to get something, you have to lose something. And I feel that whatever you let go, it wasn't done lightly. You know, this is something that you guys put thought into, and something that you may have tried for a while to make it work, but now you're knowing that these two things can't be together. It's either I go this way or I go this way, and this is the way I need to go because this is what's going to be good for me ultimately. And I always tell people, even if you're like in a long-term relationship, at the end of the day, you have to do what's going to be best for you financially, emotionally. Like it has to be you, and your partner has to realize that, because at the end of the day, we come into this life by ourselves, you know, and relying on another person is scary. It's really, really scary. You got to make sure that you're good on your own, that your finances are good on your own, you know. And that's like me. A lot of people ask, like, why are you single? And I'm like, because I want to be good. Like, I want to be balling. I don't want to depend on a man. I don't want to wake up and see, you know, the bed empty and I'm sitting here trying to find a new apartment, trying to find a house. Or how's my car bill going to get paid? Like, fuck no. That won't happen. You know, it's just, God forgive me. Like, I hope it doesn't happen, you know, knock on wood. But it's just, you have to be self-sufficient. And that always has to be the goal. And right now, I feel like that's what you guys are doing. You're prioritizing yourself, which is fucking excellent. All right, you guys know how to do this. So your environment right now is Queen of Swords. Makes sense. Cutting out what's not serving you. Trying to get to that point where it's just like things are gonna, you have your eye on the prize, on the goal, on the end goal. And you're standing your ground with this. Okay? Anything that's not helping you get to your goal is gonna be cut out. All right? And it may be causing a little bit of instability right now, because of how decisive you guys are being and how much you're standing your ground with this. And it might throw others off, like, well, shit, they're serious. They're really trying to get this done. The next card you have here is your hopes and your fears. You're fearing that, you know, you made this decision blindly. And you're like, shit, well, what if this doesn't work out? What if I just drop these people or this situation or this job, and what if it doesn't work out? What if I'm left in this limbo? What if I'm left without answers? What if I'm left without a fulfillment that I'm looking for? Okay? What if I went into this too quickly? Okay? And what's it called? Stalemate in chess? Or maybe you're at that point. You know, it's like you can't make any moves now. And you're fearing that maybe you have illusions about this new thing that you're going into, and maybe it's going to leave you dissatisfied. And I'm going to look that up. I think it's stalemate, though. If not, I haven't played chess in years. I really should. Now, the outcome that you guys have here is the Six of Swords. Okay, so you do choose to move away from this. Six of Swords is moving away from something that you were emotionally invested in. Could have been a third-party situation, or this could have been you in extreme isolation, just not wanting to go out, not wanting to partake. But yeah, I just feel like right now you guys don't have passion for that thing in the past that you were doing, and it was just a burden that you had to release. Okay? And there was just a fallout here, and you had to move away from it. Okay? So I hope that this helped you guys, and I will be back in a few days for your August readings. Okay, so if you do want your own personal reading, I will leave everything in the description so you guys can get in touch with me. But I love you guys. Take care.